this time I have found a very, very special lady. Sarah, you look absolutely fantastic. What are you dressed as today?
Thank you so much. I'm dressed as Cortana from Halo 5.
And how long does it take to transform into this character?
Oh my gosh, it takes me probably about an hour just to do the makeup situation, because I'm a cosplayer for fun, but I never wear any sort of makeup otherwise, so every single time I'm doing this, I feel like I'm leveling up my makeup game and going, okay, don't poke yourself in the eye. All right, you got it.
I love it. So you're learning as you go along. That's brilliant. How did you get into cosplay in the first place?
I'm very fortunate to have a pair of very wonderfully nerdy parents. Hi, Mom. But they, like, whenever I was a kid, I was like, I want to be a Ninja Turtle. So they would help me make a costume, and that's just persisted throughout the years. And then whenever I started at 343, my hobby kind of got to turn into something that I get to do as part of my day job.
That's amazing. How does it feel being part of such a prestigious event like this and being able to be here and dress how you want to and put your cosplay in action?
It's amazingly humbling, especially as a dev on Halo. I'm a longtime fan, and I get to work on something that I love and that I know a lot of my friends love as well. And being here both with my coworkers and other fans, it's kind of like, wow, thank you so much for entrusting this to us, because we love it as much as you do, and it's this wonderful feedback loop of fandom.
I love it. Well, you look fantastic. Thank you so much for talking to me. I'll see you around. Guys, it's back to the broadcast.
$100,000. That's how much guaranteed one of these two teams is after this best of 7 is all said and done. TOX Gaming taking on Reciprocity. My name is Richard Sims. Joining me in the booth this time round, Andy Bravo Dodinsky. Andy, this is going to be an absolute battle of nerves and Spartan steel.
It is. We're reaching the end of day number 2 here on the Halo World Championship main stage. These guys have fought for 2 long days, and now one final match of the evening. The winner here gets to stay in the winner's bracket.
Now, for many a time, we've seen this ongoing battle of Snipe Down versus Lethal. It looks like Lethal's kind of been the one that's been on top of the mountain, so to speak, for quite some time. Yeah. But I'll tell you what, Reciprocity right now, they are playing the very best Halo 5 that we have ever seen from these 4 individual players.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing the way that we kind of want to see them play, right? This is a very talented roster, a very tight roster, and when they're firing on all cylinders, they can be such a great team. Now, throughout the Halo World Championship Tour, we haven't necessarily seen that from them at every turn. However, they're going to need to bring their best as they go up against TOX in this matchup here. Once again, fighting to stay in the winner's bracket this evening. It's late on a Saturday evening, but man, one team is going to feel really good going into Sunday, and the other is going to be coming off of a loss.
Well, well, well. Royal 2, Snakebite, Lethal, Frosty, Miquin, Snipe Down, Penguin, and Spartan. I think we got a live audience out there. Guys, how y'all doing? They're getting ready. We're ready. Looks like the players are ready. Capture the flag on Coliseum. Tweet this stream right now. Everyone in the audience, everyone at home, grab your phones. Twitch.tv/Halo. Hashtag HaloWC. This is going to be an absolute blinder of a game. Kicking things off with team captain of TOX, it's Snakebite.
I can't wait to see how this one nets out. Of course, starting things off with game number 1, Cali CTF. You're going to see both teams really coming at this quick, but one thing I expect to see throughout this series, Sims, both teams are going to really respect one another, right? You're not going to see real aggressive plays that are too risky because they know at any turn you could drop a game.
And just as you say that, like 9 times out, oh, easy pick off there, steady on Snakebite, easy kill. More importantly, he's left the rockets, Andy. He said, okay, there's a gap opened up here in the door. I can run this. He's very aware. He's just seen Frosty drop. He sees his red X as well. Be very careful. Oh, that's a very, very tiny fumble. He'll pause for a couple of seconds. Snipe Down's there. Will he get the return as well? He's going to drop it for his teammate. Frosty comes in, scoops it up, 1-0 already.
So anyone who saw our last series is going to think that looks awfully similar to the way that Splice opened up a Cali CTF. You grab the flag on Bridge and you toss to bottom middle, and they run it in the first minute of play. One thing I will say, Splice almost double capped in the first minute of play, but really strong openings from both of those 2 squads.
You actually mentioned how they respect one another. Like, for instance, the amount of times we'll just see people dogpile into the rocket straight off spawn, and grenades will come past from either side, and one of them will fall. I'd say for a good 5 to 6 seconds, those rockets were just left freely, wondering, okay, who's going to be the first one to really make the maneuver here? Pyramid, some person you don't want to see there. It's going to be Frosty with the sniper rifle. 1 bullet in the chamber. Penguin did use quite a bit of the ammo, as we saw before he went down. Midquin checking the back, he knows Lethal's here, will eliminate him, pull the flag, and now Reciprocity, they get a chance to make a move. Will he get it over Silver? Yes, he will, so it'll reach the 50-yard line. Not only that, it's actually got over the 50-yard line. Yeah. It's on their side of Silver, but is there enough people dead on the side of TOX to actually go for a grab?
It's a big return there from Snakebite. The answer is no, because Snakebite jumps on it right away. You have to think if Snakebite had let that go and maybe just tried to bait it, not sure if he would have gotten the return, because a lot of pressure was coming in from the fountain, from their bridge, so able to get that. And here is Snakebite again, running a second flag.
It's actually scary how aggressive he's getting. Good trade-off there. Frosty with the rockets, he'll pre-fire, and he'll land one as well. Good God. He does get dropped down in basement. Those rockets now, there will be one left in the chamber if someone get a hold of them. Lethal straight off the respawn. The call will come through, so defensive stance here on this left-hand side looking down. Spartan's getting aggressive though, out in his window, pushing it hard. Penguin does find the rocket. Lethal answers back. There's the assist coming through. Spartan still knows where he is. He's got his number. He has to be called out here, Andy. They've got to know where he is.
Take a look at this flag. He's going to die, I think, just at S1, so we're going to see if a few more slays come in here, but going to be jumping on that cap.
Scoops it up. One apiece. Amazing work. Even though I was seeing 2 kills coming out of Tox's side, Midquin still answers. He delivers. 1-1 now. This is a good game. We've got something on his hands. It comes down to Royal 2. Has to stay alive. Unfortunately, cannot. The flag is on the move. Frosty peers, but he's the last man standing.
Yeah, only player alive for TOX here, so you can bet he's not really going to be able to turn this into a run here. That flag's going to come back home, but one thing I got to note, very even in the kills category. Right now, you have Reciprocity outslaying TOX by 1 kill, 22-21, but during their flag run, they started to outslay them by about 4, about 18-14. So that one swing is all they needed for a first cap, and we could not be tighter in game number 1.
Oh, this is worrying. Royal 2 in his own home. Moves back to the cave, and it's not a place you really want to be. Obviously, those grenades can come round, bank off the side. They have to clear him out here. That you cannot let this man roam free with the sniper rifle, just hard scoping into the back. Spartan pulls defensively to take him down. That's great. That's a big kill.
That's huge from the whole team. Snipe Down is able to pick up that kill. Spartan picks up 2 as well, and they push out. In that scenario, when you see a player like World 2 with the sniper rifle right on your sniper ramp, Reciprocity needed to be the team to get the first kill. Not only did they do that, they also were able to push out very effectively, so I'm liking the pressure that they're applying to TOX.
Opts to jump off the map, which is fair play. Do not get the sniper rifle to TOX. Don't give them no room to breathe, otherwise they're going to punish you for it. Lethal picks up the double, turns 2, and he can now force out. Frosty, we're looking back at his POV. Rockets, they're going to move this flag. He's going to be the bodyguard system. They're both tanked up. Can anyone get a grenade in? No, they cannot. One player's dropped down, but look at this. He knows what's coming around the corner. He will commit suicide, but he'll get the stop. The pull comes through as well. Reciprocity back on the offensive, but 3 members down. He's the last man standing. Snakebite knows he gets the return on here. He can also get the touch. He can bump this up. Players there. 2-1 for TOX Gaming.
Yeah, TOX played that so well. Not panicking at all. You saw Snakebite was ready for that, and they're ready to end this game quick.
They're pulling again. They're going to move this one through. The down bottom mid didn't quite... Please kill him. Yes, that's a big one. They can at least now stop this from going any further, I do believe. The pressure's applied though, Andy. Look at this. The amount of...
Penguin doesn't get the kill. Snakebite's shields recharge, and you can bet both flags are going to go back now. This is going to go back to a stalemate because you see players falling 3 now on each side.
What a massive, change of affairs there from all of a sudden look like this could be over and done with. They did rally back at least. They applied so much pressure, they actually kept them in the base. Midquin is running though. That was definitely a bit of a death flag, so to speak, sprinting out with no shields whatsoever. They do have it down in grass, but it's whether or not it's going to be a kill box. Spartan's anchoring. He's got no shields. They're all dogpile on it. There goes 1. There goes 2. Is this going to be worth it though? We'll need to see these trades of dying so much.
Yeah, both teams have to be so careful, right, for these overextensions. We almost saw it on both sides just now, as you saw the guys on TOX trying to get that 3rd flag, almost overextended, but because Reciprocity didn't finish the kills on flag, we ended up in a neutral stalemate. But both teams need to be so careful not to overextend at this point in the game, because a single blunder could be it.
I think that 1 flag there cost them maybe 4. Crouched just a little bit too late. It was going for the slide. Teammates there. Snakebite gets the perfect 5, but he does manage to get the flag on the move. Who else is there? Do we have many bodies we can throw at? PJ's looking for more. He smells blood. This could be rough though. Grenades go down. Waste the rocket. At least doesn't allow them. I'm seeing a sniper rifle maybe kicking around. Frosty's POV looking for more. He knows there's someone on the elbow. He will tag him. His teammates there to help.
Penguin does get the return there, by the way, but I have got to give credit to Spartan because 2 of his teammates were dead, and he, as only 1 of 2 alive, got the kill on the flag carrier, keeping them alive.
Royal 2 through the death screen. Spartan jumps in, he's going to throw this one out, he will get it past the silver. There's another player on the opposing side, Snipe down, staying alive. He will play for time here, look at where Austin is, Midquin up on the top side of Rockets.
Got help.
They're actually pincering him here, this is amazing.
Yeah, look at that, 2 do fall for the side of TOX. They're trying to plan out the third as well, and I do believe we're going to see that flag continuing to move.
It will continue to move, and Midquin opts to, oh, he's dead though, that's not very, very good. Unless someone's there to actually scoop it up. They've rallied back here. This is incredible from TOX. Can they get the return here? Midquin's pushing out. He's keeping the pressure applied. Spartan knows he doesn't have time to move here. He has to go get the touch, which he does. He throws down the grenade. There's a second player there. They're all moving through the cave. Can they cap this one? They're actually going to steal it up. Picks it up. 2-2. We've got a bloody good game going here, Andy.
What a kill from Penguin there, but 3 are dead right now for Reciprocity, so they need to be so careful not to let a pull happen here. Royal 2's on the doorstep. He's trying to get a pull on the rocket corner.
Penguin knows where he is, he's got his number red. Snakebite pokes up, they say, okay, you get off that side, we'll back off now. We'll move around to the elbow. Midquin's kind of sacrificed himself here. They're both pushed down, but it's going to be a 2 versus 1, but they've kind of allowed him to play for time there.
How big is it that Reciprocity was able to get the kill before the flag was pulled? It's very, you could definitely say that that is not a sure cap if TOX gets that pull there, but here we are, 4 minutes left, tied up 2-2.
Royal 2 will get flushed out of the base. Opts to drop down the maze, get his shields back, just going to play around the elevator area. Snakebite knows where they're going to be coming off the respawn. One comes around the corner. That's a very nice grenade to at least help him out, because now he can get this flag on the move. His shields will, he's going to play for time to get his shields back. He'll get them full. A little bit dangerous though. He took that engagement.
Oh, he was, you know what he was going for there?
Yeah.
He was trying to go off the catwalk to throw that right into the window for his spawning teammates, but instead he dies on the catwalk. That should be a return. You just heard it in the comms. Flag is back at base.
Midquin hits 2 with those rockets. His teammate comes in, turns 1. They know exactly where they're going to be. He will back off because it's going to be a 2 versus 1 scenario and engagement. Frosty knocks out his teammate over in the cave side. Playing for time once again. There's the beat down. There's the double. There's the reversal. Nice. Take him off the DMR. Eliminate him, give him some time to play with. Royal 2 looking for a second one. It's a one-on-one with Penguin. Grenade goes down. Who's going to win this battle? Penguin says, thank you very much. Get the hell out my elbow. Snakebite. How many times is Paul always here in the window?
He is, and one thing we got to talk about is Reciprocity's defense. Several times in this game, they've had only 1 or 2 players alive, and those players are getting the clutch kills to stop the flag pulls from coming in. That's why TOX has had such a hard time. That's why we've already played about 8 minutes in this match.
Sniper rifles up. Snakebite sees it. Can he capitalize here, put this weapon to good use, and really make it...
Oh, and a flag pull on the other side.
Oh my God! That's an incredible one. That'll force them back and keep them there for a second. Snipedown's going to be looking for the sniper rifle. Probably going to have flown off the map there. He did jump out. May have just grenaded his teammate there. Unfortunately, Spartan will get tanked by that one. Royal 2 onto Midquin. That's a perfect carbine kill in the feed. Penguin onto Royal 2, answers back. Oh, it's just back and forth, back and forth. It's even Stevens at the moment. But the flag's going to be on the move. TOX versus Rec. I'm cheering you guys on. You guys got this, Rec. Halo WC Rec Pack. Thank you very much for the tweets. Make sure you keep coming in and pouring them in all weekend long. Snipe down though. He knows he needs to get this flag back urgently, which he does. Sacrifice himself. Even if he would have died, it would have been well and truly worth it.
We're going to have rockets coming up here in about 15 seconds, Sim. So whoever gets these could potentially get a swing here if they're able to put some kills on the board.
Beatdown come through though. That allowed Midquin to at least, knock his shields down. Snipe down gets the kill, and here comes the run. Where's the rest of his teammates? They've got to watch this elbow.
Nobody's in position. Lethal is going to challenge him from the fountain. That's the only... No! He doesn't get a touch! And Lethal gets the stop, but he gets back-whacked as well.
Oh, there's 3 of them there! It's all a Royal 2. Thinks 1. Can he get the second? This will be massive. He does! He turns the second one! He also picks up the flag. Good God, Royal 2. This is incredible. They get the return.
This could be a heartbreaker here for the side of Reciprocity. Royal 2 still running flag.
Oh, my God. What a time to pick up a double. Who's there to pick up that flag? I'm looking.
It's going to be Frosty. I think we're going to see it. Frosty gets the touch! Oh! Frosty gets the touch!
Rockets come through. They're going to finish it off. They've done it. They picked it up. They stick it in. TOX Gaming. Game number 1. Oh, my word. What a time for Royal 2 to just creep on the elbow. That double kill single-handedly won them that final flag pull.
And anyone who saw it off of the corner of the screen, the flag return indicator, that sliver could not have been smaller when Frosty got the touch in Fountain. He's able to bring that in and TOX close it out, but it was not an easy work from them. But like I said, heartbreaker for the side of Reciprocity. They had that game in the bag. that last cap, you have to wonder if Snipedown had gotten the flag from the fountain to the flag area, just the general flag area, get it up there so a teammate can get that touch. Lethal comes into fountain. When we saw 3 players there in the cave, I was positive 3 players on Reciprocity were in fountain cave when that flag was down there. Yeah. But like you said, Royal 2 pushes into flag, picks up a kill on the flag stand and the cave, and starts the run.
I was very surprised that, I mean, you always think, okay, if we're going to run this flag in from the snipe side, we have to have somebody covering rockets. I mean, it was definitely panic station because, like you said, when there's 3 people, when you've got 3 people inside your own base and your flag's there, you're like, this is an easy job, boys. We just need to grab it and put it in.
And I think I'd have to see the clip again, but I think Snipedown even thought about clambering to DMR and then teeing up the ground pound, right? Yeah. And taking a route. We got to talk about the only players that were in position. Snakebite was top rockets. Lethal was pushing Snipe 1 fountain side, just like you saw. He ended up in maze. If Snipedown gets a better rally there, if he gets the touch, that match could have gone either way. And those are the moments we've been talking about all weekend, Sims. All it takes is the smallest of mistakes, the smallest of delays, and any team in this tournament is going to punish you for those.
83 kills to 75. Necessarily didn't tell the story because it was only 3-2. We're moving into Plaza Slayer. What an absolute roller coaster of emotions this is for game number 1. I can only imagine this will be the same. Hopefully not a blowout for either team. Oh, people of Seattle, make some noise! Game 2 is live, lock and load. Let's get cracked on with this one. It's going to be a belter. I hope to Lord it's as good as game number 1 because that was incredible. That was fantastic Halo to watch.
It really was. Hopefully the same in this game as well. I do believe it's a very early overshield grab for Mick when he picks that up right at 53, so he's able to grab that and move on to glass.
The transfer together. Ground pound town comes up, but unfortunately won't be seen. Oh, that's... Oh. Wow, okay, I didn't expect him to go down, but his mate does sacrifice himself at least so he doesn't get back whacked.
And here's the reason they came over here, right? Perfect switch from the guys in the back. Spartan right now, sniper rifle in hand. The reason they all pushed glass was they had overshield. They wanted to grab this sniper. They come over to yard, and now they're able to try to set up for some control, moving as a unit there. So even though they give up the 1 kill they didn't want to, they're still here, they're set up, they're on the same page.
Penguin will give the call to look through Cafe, which is exactly what he's done. He's going to overextend out, so he does have eyes on the entirety of bottom mid. Checking S4, he sees the thrust. Mikwin's there to at least kind of give him some support if they do decide they want to float around. Lethal gets completely domed. Oh, look at where the other player is to his left-hand side. Who's that? Is that Snipe down there? So just on, obviously on the U-turn, so no one can push him from there. No one can push him from driveway.
It's actually Penguin over there on the glass. So Penguin is right now kind of challenging from LR and glass to apply some pressure here.
I love the angle. I love the angle. Going driveway because you wouldn't expect this. You'd expect now Sniper Rifle to be looking from glass, right? Potentially. Obviously now traverses back, make sure they're checking for anyone that wants to wander through Cafe.
Penguin's actually sitting top mid. Take a look at that angle that he's got. Overshield's not up for another 40 seconds, so Penguin could end up being up there for quite a while. He's right on the ledge, as you see right on your screen, just waiting potentially for that overshield. And he's in a position where he can help if need be, but risky to pop up and challenge Cafe here because grenades like that are going to come in.
Look at the kill feed. Frosty just picked up 2. Make that 3. 3 dead now. Lassa, all 4 dead. They just completely wiped them out.
I'm surprised to see that. Penguin, I mean, up there gets challenged from an angle. Interesting to see all that, the way it unfolded, especially because now Overshield's coming up at 10, and now you have TOX with a sniper rifle.
How did Frosty get in there? He got a double kill. He turned 2, he took the sniper rifle, and his teammate covering him as well. Like, I can't contemplate how he managed to do it.
Go ahead.
That shot comes through, obviously, has his defense from his teammates. He just stares at him and says, okay, well, you know, fair enough.
Overshield is still up, Sims. Take a look at this. I think we're finally going to see a grab from Snakebite, and the grab comes in quite late. 13 seconds late to be exact, but TOX does it really well, right? They play that slow. They don't rush anything, and they come away with the lead and the overshield.
I still can't figure out how Frosty's managed to grab himself a double and break their entire
I think it's just because Reciprocity too spread out. It's difficult to hold yard as well as loop, as well as glass if your team is as spread out as they were, getting challenged from multiple angles.
It's a great push nevertheless. It's allowed to open up this gap, 15-9. Let's move across to a Reciprocity POV, because I do believe in the background we have the listening teed up and ready to go.
Alright, middle the next 3 challenging me next, guys. I'm nading S4. LR 2 guys. LR 2 guys. One's on the brick, too. Top yellow might kill me. Look at top yellow. He was on the brick. Top yellow weak. 3 shots, he back down. Still top mid. Top middle, guys, on the brick. I'm mid weak. Snake bites, one shot. I got a shot. That's what you turn. Snake bite. Soda on air. And glass. Looking top. Soda, glass. Yard left, tap shield. Yard left, tap shield. Roll 2. Yeah, like 3 guys tram. I got roll 2. Mark it on me. Mark it. LR, top. Get shot back from blue. Yeah. Top yellow, top yellow. I got him. Top yellow shooting Zane. That's time of me. Top middle, he's top middle. Eric needs help. Top middle, 2 guys. Yeah, that guy's weak. One shot. I got him. Another guy top middle. Another guy top middle on you. Nice. I got him. Nobody glass. I died a sniper. He's at glass, just sitting there. Glass and LR. Glass and LR. I'm not gonna be able to get this snipe. Stay alive, Tyler. I don't know where you are. It's down. Glass. Stay alive. I have snipe. In blue window. And we're getting named somewhere. That was maybe nest lift. Snakebite likes to throw slide to nest lift. No blue window. Okay, shot it. Yeah, and blue. I'm dead from nest lift. Last week. 2 trams. Coming glass. Glass was weak. The other one was weak, Tyler. Shot at me. Snakebite's one. I got him. Another one. There's another guy low blue. Make sure we get at 40. Low blue. Let's try to push him out loop. They're gonna be yard. Yeah, I'm gonna need over. I'm in blue though. In blue window to the left. Heading in the left of blue window. Blue and yard. 40 guys. 10 seconds. I got one. Stay left. Gonna be heading in blue. Yard weak. 40 has a shot. Yard has 3 shots. Yard seconds. In blue 1 shot. In blue 1 shot. Yard BR 1 shot. Toby's you 40. I died from tram. He's glass. Zane has shots. I got it. Eric got over me. They're in blue guys. Mark it to me. Go glass. Help Eric. Yeah, I'll be Eric. He's 1 shot mark. I'm gonna get pushed. On the stairs. Nice. 2 dead. Frankie. Gonna go nuts. Reset. Eric has over. I'm trying to go top yellow. I got naded out. This guy top yellow on me with combo. 1 shot. Snake bite. He's gonna be nest lift. I got him. Gonna be nest lift. Frosty. I'm pushing here. Nest lift 100% Frosty. He's 1 shot posters. Posters 1. I got him. I have combo. Weak bottom nest. Nest lift, tap shield. Flying hotel. And hotel. 2 nest lift, I think. And hotel for sure. I'm looking for hotel. Maybe low blue. I'm weak here. 1 shot front blue truck. I got him. He's 1 shot. Low blue window weak. 2 shot in blue. 2 shot in blue. Oh, you got a gun nade. He's 1 shot. He killed me. 1 shot in blue. Absolute blue. Watching the window. On the bar. I hear you. 2 in there then. On Tyler. Try. You're weak. 1 shot in blue on me. He's blue BR. On the BR. 2. 1 shot. Nice. He got 1. Top middle. Nice. Top on the block. Top middle. Count me hard. And LR. Last guy LR. Eric got this guy. This guy's LR. And LR. Did he go back in the yard? Yeah, I did. Okay. I think he went back in the yard. Yeah. Let's just drop. There's 2 in yard. Eric, I'm here. 1 shot on the back planner. I think I got him. I got snake bite. Yard BR. I'm pushing up. And behind me, hotel. Yard BR weak and hotel behind me. I got yard BR. Guy hotel. He's blue. Flowers the yard. I'm at glass. He's sitting flowers. High blue window weak. He was nading. Yo, we should go posters. Yeah, you guys go. I'm gonna go help Eric. Eric, I'm here. What's it, flowers? Nest lift, 2 shots. Bottom left. Is combo up? They're throwing nades, so I'm 1 on 1. Top snipe ramp, 1 shot snake bite. 1 shot snipe ramp, snake bite. I got top left. Bottom nest lift, dude. You're gonna die. 1 shot of snipe. I need help at yard. Zane has 1 shot. Come at yard. He's pushing LR behind you. Top yellow.
31 to 31, make that 32. This, Andy, is an absolute nail biter.
I mean, we could not ask for a better match. This is what we were hoping for between these 2 North American powerhouses. Could not ask for a closer match between these 2 teams, and great to hear from Reciprocity during that listening to rally back. But just as quickly as we come out here, TOX picks up another 4-kill lead. Overshield's available as well. I do believe we're going to see a grab any moment.
Ooh, that's how you grab OS. You ping the guy out the window, and then you let your mid transfer back. So now they have pretty much control. They can do whatever they like. They've got noob combo hanging around for the spawners. You got Lethal, who's got the OS, who can just pick out these people. Frosty jumps down. Look at that communication. Spots one, calls him out, dead, instant. And then to top this all off, you've just got a sniper rifle wandering around in the hands of Snakebite.
Yep, Snakebite. He got pushed in yard, though, off screen. So interesting push from Cafe to yard to keep this game pretty close, only within 3 kills, as Mikwen's going to have 1 bullet left in the snipe.
Don't want to deter too much from this, but we have just been informed that Straight Rippin has officially been eliminated from the competition. So we are now down. We started off at 16. Then we moved to 8. We only have 6 teams left in this competition. Mikwen tags 1. But unfortunately, Lethal's going to be a 2nd player. He's not going to be any different. Oh my god, Tyler went for the 1 shot and he got ground pounded. Snakebite queued it up. He just baited him in and smacked him.
Look at this, still 3 kills only separating these 2 teams. 1 Slay rotation is all you need to win this game from either team. Whoever's able to get the most of this next overshield grab, it's up in about 47 seconds, so very good chance it determines the game unless we see a burn.
3-kill game. Lethal's been here for a while and they've still not killed him. I'd say at least a good minute. Even his presence, Andy, just being here, it's a nuisance, right?
It is. You got two players that are sitting glass right now. Spartan's actually top mid again in the same place. Look at this. In the same place that Penguin was last time before the Overshield grab. We'll see if Spartan keeps his cool and doesn't fire into Cafe this time because Overshield is now up in 17 seconds. Oh, wait, but I think there's someone posters as well, right? If I'm not mistaken, Frosty is right behind. Yeah, Frosty's can get an angle on top mid if he wanted to right now, but he still doesn't see that player. Spartan's right below top mid. He's going to try to steal Overshield in about 3 seconds. He gets spotted.
Oh, he's down and dead. Then it fully set up. Both teams have their eyes on it. Who is that going to go to? I'm actually looking across the board. Has anyone managed to pick it up yet, or it's still there?
No, it is going to be
reversal. That's a big kill.
The snake
second one's there. That's a double. That's huge. Frosty single-handedly just smashing him left, right, and center. One more bullet.
Jeez.
Reversal. Killing spree. My word.
And just in case he didn't get that kill, you had Snakebite coming up the Nest lift as well. Now look at this, they're up 46-38, and boy, did they ever play that last Overshield well.
Whoa, no.
Oh boy.
No, no, no,
oh,
no. Oh, Frosty.
Trying to nade the sniper, looks like it's gonna blow off, and only one more kill to go here for TOX.
That's all they need, they're gonna hunt this one down. Combat Evolve, he actually naded it to lethal. Going for the no-scope, player's there. Doesn't get it. Sniper rifle will transfer, but this is so close. So close. Another nade will finish off Penguin. Just chilling, looking for a face. One will jump up, but again, it can just be all you gotta do is collapse, right? Throw all 4 players at one player, you'll get a trade-off, and it's gonna be happy.
Trying to get the shot on Prius. We'll see if he can end it, but of course, on the other side.
Oh my.
What a shot.
Excuse me?
But it's really just a matter of time here for TOX. You can bet that they're going to get this last kill they need.
You're going to need. He's got 2 more bullets, so. I mean, if you can land 2 headshots, he can bring this back by 2. But honestly, I just think it's going to be push, boys. Lob all your bodies on it and just trade for 1.
2 minutes left.
I think
interesting how much TOX has slowed this down, right? I mean, they know they need the 1 kill, but they're not making any risky plays here. They gave up the 1 snipe, and I think that really slowed them down, that calmed them down. They just want to get this last pick. And look at the clock, though. They also know it's 49-41 with 1 minute 45 left.
If you were a better man, you said this is over, especially with that time. You can't really do much from it. Shooting from LR. Trying to ping some shots. Penguin does get pressured. He knows the light rifle guy is there, so he just has to be very, very careful.
This is what I was talking about with teams playing slow, right? And not trying to make any of the mistakes. Overshield is up top middle, by the way.
That nade's done so much damage, though. It's put him in a really nasty predicament. If another one comes through, Royal 2, Jawline Spartan, and they take game number 2, 50-42. Wow, wow, wow. If there are ever 2 teams that was very evenly matched, it's these 2 right now. Okay, we are 2-0 up in the hands of TOX, but Reciprocity, Andy, they are giving as good as they get.
They are. I mean, and you talk about earlier in the series before we kick things off. Take a look at the stats, though, quick here. 13-8, by the way, from Royal 2 with 12 assists. Great numbers from him. But, Sims, you talk about the respect that these teams have, and not only for each other, but for the tournament, right? There's so much on the line here. In any other scenario, I think you would see TOX being pretty aggressive in a 49-41 scenario, right? They know that if those 4 players just push into almost any area on the map, they're going to get one of those kills. But instead, after you saw Reciprocity get the first pick on Prius, they slowed things way down. You're not going to see TOX play like that always, but here at the Halo World Championship, they're not taking any chances.
To kind of elaborate on what you've just mentioned there, we kind of saw it in the previous round where we saw Flag almost at home in its base with 3 players alive that could have easily scooped it up and won the game. One change like that, they were completely eliminated, got the return. It actually, in theory, even though all 3 of them were there, it lost them the game because they were so banked together.
One thing that absolutely stood out to me is that Reciprocity went for the same top mid sneak on the Overshield. Yep. It didn't work out for them once. You remember when Penguin was sitting top middle, and then we also had Spartan try to do it. Like we saw, Frosty sitting posters. He's going to see that player jump, and they were ready for it. So it worries me. Reciprocity feels like that they might have one play in the playbook, and it was to make that move, and it worked out. Did not work out either time, but here we are jumping into game number 3, Stronghold's Rig.
This, my friends, unfortunately for Reciprocity, is one of TOX's stronger game types. Frosty goes flying across the map. He'll bounce off here, and look at this, go straight for the railgun. Ops to turn 2, turn face and look towards Scatter shot area for anybody who wants to go over there.
Oh my, look at the stream, look at the kill feed. Mikwin just fell off the map with camo, uncontested, jumps off the map accidentally. That's a terrible blunder to open the game with.
Oh dear. And now Frosty's creeping with this railgun. We'll look further afield. Snakebite perfect onto Mikwin. He'll be neg 2 now, unfortunately. Lethal as well, and now the kills are coming through. They can all just decide to push in. We've got eyes on the prize here. There's a guy below Nest, and he's completely pinned in. Royal 2's going to push in and try and finish that one off. It's sniped down. Frosty's looking at his radar. He knows there will be one jumping down into Engine 2. Misses the shot, though. That's incredible. They've actually... Oh, reset as well. Jumps back for a second. Misses the ground pound, unfortunately. Frosty's still been a nuisance, and all this time, if you're a Reciprocity play, you can just hear this weapon charging up. It's in your headphones.
It's nightmare fuel.
It's awful.
No, that is the stuff of nightmares here. Frosty just lurking in E2 with the rail. I think we've all had that same nightmare as they're now up 17-0.
Reciprocity, they're in the driving seat here. Doing quite well. They're going for a full total as well, which they've actually completed. All but for a second, so they get a point off of the back of it. Frosty anchoring down in bunker. He knows where they're coming again. They're just feeding him. That's dangerous. That's 3 dead. They literally just fed him 3 kills.
So interesting to see this score line with how things have gone, right? You think if you're Mikwin, you know, falling off the map with camo off the break, it's got to get into your head a little bit, but has not impacted them on the scoreboard.
Penguin takes a double there in the kill feed. You can see probably looking for a third as well. Snipe down does get dropped. The call comes through, needs some help, goes in for the perfect as well, but unfortunately the grenade, it comes down because they are going to be spawning on that BR section. Opts to jump off the map. That's fine from Spartan the Dog. Get rid of the scatter shot, but it's going to be a big battle here over in the basement area, Randy.
Yeah, let's go ahead and focus now towards that camo right here where Lethal is. There's a chance he's going to be the one to grab it because he does have rail in hand, but nope. Snakebite is already on it. Going to make the safe play, drop down immediately to try to continue to put some points on the board here. He's going to want to stay alive, and they're going to have a total control here, Sims.
2 players on the side of Wreck, they're dead. Mikwin at least answers back onto one, but I love that play. Don't bother giving away your position. And all of a sudden, the triple cap that was in the hands of Reciprocity is now well and truly in the hands of TOX Gaming. Let's talk about triple caps, Andy, because obviously it goes up 2 ticks a time, so your scoreline does escalate, but how much pressure and mental game does it apply onto a team when you just see all 3 plots in the hands of the enemy?
It's the worst. You hate playing against it, you hate hearing it, and also when you hear things like enemy team 30-point run, which is what the guys on Reciprocity just heard in their headsets, it certainly does not make it any easier to push out, but TOX has been scoring since they started scoring at the 0-point mark.
Good trade-off there. Beatdown for beatdown, another good trade-off at least, back and forth. That's all they need to do. Make sure you trade these kills out and not get slapped either way. Lethal picks up one. He's going to be turning around and looking at their BR base, but I like the fact that he's not just throwing his body in there. Rather than throwing your body in and just committing suicide and kind of just offering yourself to the gods, you might as well try and take a look at Ness, exactly what he does. In staying alive, he will be able to take out Spartan the Dog.
This is one of the most interesting stat lines I've seen, Sims. You remember not too long ago, we had Reciprocity up 27-0 or so, but they're actually getting outslayed 28-14 and now losing by double. So TOX answering back, taking their time, playing patiently, and man, do they ever look good at the middle point of this game.
That's going to be another triple cap in effect. Just keep your eyes on that scoreline, guys. Especially if they manage to turn face on Ness, on Basement. Railgun battle goes down. That might be actually, no, I'm going to say Spartan will win that one out, but he will get traded out immediately. Easy kill there. Oh, dear.
That camel's going to be up right now, Sim, so you're going to see players start to fly over to that to try to get a grab. World 2, you have to assume, is aware of that, and now going to bait it perfectly as Spartan, I believe, got the camo, but I'm actually not seeing that he did. Camo should still be up. I'm not sure if World 2 knows that.
Looking around, no one's... He has been picked up by somebody there, or he's not actually spawned yet. He must have got melted. He must have actually grabbed it. He must have completely melted him to pieces. Again, just sitting there baiting it out. Total control once again, and this is all TOX have got to do. They're just got to keep applying the pressure, keep touching these triple caps now and again, and like you said, the mental game will just win this one out.
Absolutely. Call me crazy. Camo could still be up and have fallen. It could still be up down there bottom middle.
Down on the bomb.
Yeah, we don't have an angle on that just yet, but we'll have to see exactly. Could have been a very, very fast burn, but it also could be up down there because we didn't actually see a clear angle.
No, I'm just looking at the observability of the angle. It's definitely gone, so that's completely out. We will see another wave of the camo if and only if this doesn't go all the way, but someone's got to do something. They've got to take these plots off of TOX, and they've got to do it now. Easier said than done, obviously. They'll manage to get themselves on nest, but again, look at this. They're just constantly chasing the tails, Andy. You can't afford to split your team up because TOX are going to open you up either way if you do that. But
yeah, you and I talked about it before the series. TOX is a team. Are they beatable? Yes, but they're so hard to beat when they have such a comfortable lead. And we saw it time and time again throughout the series, and that's what's happening here. 88-34. Reciprocity trying to stay in the game, but TOX makes it so difficult when they have the luxury of playing with a lead. You get to play a little bit different when you have a 50-point lead.
Snipdown knows there's a scatter shot lurking around here, so he has to be very careful. Checks up on the top. Oh, what a time to turn around. Look at that. That's a pro player mentality. He knew exactly where he'd be. Royal 2 grabs the rail. Scatter transfer, but it's only got 2 bullets in it. He can drop down to BR base, but he probably doesn't have to. Now he sees. He just saw the flash of the railgun. Knew exactly where he was. Snapped to his head. Gets the camo, gets the scatter. Railgun's out. This is the time to do some work. They have the power weapons. They have the map position. They don't necessarily have to push basement if they don't want to, but it might not be a bad idea.
They simply just need the first kill here. If they can get this first kill, or especially the first 2 kills, they've got a really good chance. As the first 2 kills do come in to continue scoring, they need to win this in basement as well, though.
No. That's going to lose 2 of them, so they've got to be careful. Penguin has to win this battle. They have to go defensive. Look at that, standing his ground. I love it. Great ballsy play. Stop them transferring and moving their way around.
We've got 5 minutes left.
They're locking him in, Andy. They're doing well here. This is great. This is great Halo.
I mean, they're back in this game. We just talked about how it was, right? It was about 38-88. Now they're back in it. It's 88-62. They've climbed their way in.
Both. They're losing both of them, though. Nest is going.
Looks like they're going to get that Nest defense, I do believe, but they do lose BR base, so they're going to have to decide here how much they want to pressure BR base.
3 of them are all over at Nest. This is so... in fact, no, excuse me. So one of them's pushed out. I like the fact Snipdown's getting aggressive here. Let's push them back in. Let's keep them over engine side. Spartan the dogs in front of him, so they've got the defense. They also have white, so they can control all this area. Spartan's just been hit in the back. Spartan's just been shot in the back. So as soon as he landed there, he was dead. This would be an absolutely unbelievable achievement. Nope, they're going to chase him down.
Look at that.
It would have been huge if he got that kill and managed to take BR base on his own.
It would. A railgun in 10 seconds. Next camo in about 30, but they need to stop the bleeding right here because TOX is keeping an eye on everything. Likely going to go ahead and make that Nest push shortly, if I'm not mistaken. But Lethal knows he needs a little bit of help to do that.
Yeah, he didn't just go willy-nilly and run into Nest. He waited and played for time, played for his teammates, let them come and help them out. But now they do have it. Now they only need 4 more points. Royal 2's got a railgun as well. You can see that in the kill feed. That doesn't.
They're gonna try to make a last dish Nest push. It's actually Snipdown who's making this push to Nest. See if he can stop him, but that's gonna be it, Sims.
Yeah, that's all she wrote. 100 points to 76. Definitely too little, too late. Unfortunately, we definitely saw a nice sign of life there from Reciprocity at the end. You're obviously going to be a little bit heartbroken because you're now down 3-1 against the 2-time world champions, but there were signs of greatness. 61 kills from TOX opposed to 44 kills from Reciprocity. So heavily outslayed there. 16 and 10 from Frosty. Good Lord.
18 and 11 from Royal 2 as well.
18 and 18 from Miquin, unfortunately. That's a little bit rough. 13 assists, though. If we can skip across, how many strongholds did he get? Oof. All right. Oh, well. One of those games, you brush it off when you move forward. They now need to win 3 games back to back to back, Andy.
Yeah, and it's not going to be easy. Also think about how Reciprocity started that game up 27-0, even though they forfeited the first camo, which they got clean. So such an interesting series of events that led to a pretty good lead for them. And then after that, it was all TOX all the time. And what we saw from Reciprocity is a pretty good late game run. They went from the 30-point all the way to 60 points plus. But a little bit too little too late, because we know if TOX gets control around that 88-point mark, they're going to be able to sneak through. And Reciprocity ran out of time. So like you and I have been talking about the whole series in this next game type, CTF Truth, Reciprocity needs to make sure they don't go down by too many flags here, right? Keep this game as even as you can, and then try to sneak out those flags. Playing down is going to be so difficult for them.
Okay, so a big thing that I want to know about here is the mental game. How is Reciprocity going to be able to handle this pressure? I actually want to tee up very early and listen in with Reciprocity because I want to know what the communication like. How are the feelings over there on the opposing side? They now have to win 4 games in a row straight. Simple as that. They can't drop anything. If they do, they're done.
That's right. Let's go ahead and jump in now to that listen in on the Reciprocity side.
Backed up to the street, I guess.
You want to shut our front car on me, dude? Go on our car door.
People's
And our window for pull. Our window for pull. We gotta control our base.
They're pulling at window or car? Car.
We get on the flag.
Yeah, Austin, shots.
Watch out. Yeah, I'm trying to get right. Top middle, yes.
Bubble's weak.
Top middle right now. I'm gonna die to their car.
Bubble's a little weak.
Watch out our bubble.
He's gonna live.
That's what our bubble guys.
I hear you. I don't see pink too.
I one on Zane.
I traded.
Fill our bubbles more.
He's gonna sit there. He's going to sit there.
Watch out.
Either pink top middle.
P3's dead. P3 dead. Frosty a shot. Top mid. Watch out in front of pink. Watch out pink one, guys.
Yeah,
I got him. All right, I'm going for flag.
Bubble the flag. The car door. Watch the window. Add to the pink attic. Though. All right. Our bubble. And their window's still weak. Our bubble. Two guys are bubble.
Okay.
Roll two's one shot.
Our car door weak.
Our car two.
Three at car. They're all 3 at car.
Our car door 2 shots. Snake bite. Watch our car door.
Two more on our car. Our bubble one shot. That guy's one shot.
Watch out the bubble.
Our bubble and car one.
Car one's still 1 shot. Car one's still, or bubble 1 shot.
Bubble 1 shot. Nice shot. Roll 2 is our bubble still. Same shot. Zane's got him. The little around car 1. Bottom mid, bottom mid, and
top middle weak.
Bottom mid weak.
Bottom middle 1 shot.
He's going.
Car 1.
Top middle 1 shot. Their side car 1.
Our pink Frosty fine.
I hear you.
Their car slide. Under base probably. There was a guy their car slide.
Top middle.
I think he jumped.
Climber weak. 2 shot.
Dead.
Looking at our Eli.
I died by Tom mid in their car attic. Top mid for sure.
Looking top mid.
He's our car shield.
Top middle's 2 shot. 1 shot. I got top middle.
I'm coming to help you pink.
Camel's bubble. 52.
I'm flying into pink 2.
They're Eli weak. Roll 2. 1 shot. 3 Eli.
Car 1. I hear you.
Car 1's weak as shit.
Car 1 our side. They're back flag.
2 shot our car door. 2 shot from base. Our front base. Car pink.
I'm looking.
Basement on me.
Camel's now, Eric.
I'm going for it.
Camel's up. They're gonna be out there, Eli, maybe. I'm here, Eric. I'm here.
They're clamber jumping up.
Yeah, I'm throwing this out and living.
They're pink right now weak.
Stay alive.
These 2 shot their window.
Their basement weak.
To the P-door. Absolute P-door. And Eli. They're Eli.
It is. Our basement weak. Frosty, I put 3 in him.
Basement on me.
I have shots.
Pushing you. Watch out. 1 shot. Austin. 2 dead.
Okay, so an initial flag grab there. They've managed to put it in Andy. That's a good start in this game. And honestly, the communication's there. I do really feel like, oh, okay, as we're saying that, a second one's coming through.
World 2, though, has pressure on the flag here. Likely going to go for a pull just to get that flag out. Of course, flag does need to be at home to score.
They'll throw it out there, which will cause them problems. They should be able to get the return on this. They also should be able to pop that one in if anyone's there to actually pick it up. Snipe down's there. They pick it up, scoop it up. Ground pound town. 2-0 as we hit 9 minutes remaining on the clock. Andy, talk to me about the listening. What were you hearing on that side?
I think the biggest thing is you hear how much these guys are prioritizing certain call-outs. For example, Snipe down saying, pick one. We need to finish that kill. And as long as they're prioritizing those kills appropriately, even though the communication is a bit chaotic, you know, they're going to keep putting flags, and I can't talk about how big that second flag cap is enough, because you've seen a lot of early game performances from Reciprocity, but here they are getting the first 2 flags in, and if they can end this quick, they'll be able to take this game. Don't let this go another 4 or 5 minutes. Don't let TOX gain any speed.
Just in a triple kill coming out of Penguin. Looking at his stats at the moment, he's 8 for 8. On the opposing side, a bit of a rough game coming out of Frosty and Snakebite so far, 3 and 4 kills respectively. Snipe down though, 10 kills. The only player in this game so far to hit double-digit figures.
We also do have right now Reciprocity actually outslaying their opponents 32-24. Camo, by the way, stands up in 10 seconds.
That was a banging shot there. We'll get the star. Oh, he's ringing again. I didn't even see this one. Snakebite, excuse me, Snipe down. Oh, baby! Reciprocity. Sneaky Beaver-like. I did not see that one from the back.
I think even our observers in the back only caught it towards the end of the run. As you saw, Snipe Down was already all the way across the map. But let's take a look at what led to that, right? You had Spartan picking up a kill, Penguin picking up a kill, Mikwin getting a killing spree right before the end of that. You can bet that that was a huge part of that last sneaky run. In the end, they're going to outslay their opponents 33-25.
Eric Ronoff, you beautiful man. 10 and 5, 6.6. KDA. Beautiful, beautiful work. And of course, they're just so, as you spoke about that, to kind of elaborate a bit more, Andy, if we have to think about this visually, obviously the kills have come through. He's actually running to that base while the firefights are still underway.
Right.
In theory, to be able to pull that, he's not waited for Slays. He's actually pulled it while the Slays are happening.
And I think that's always been key to a very talented team, whether it's Midship, Heretic, or Truth, or even like an Onslaught CTF from Halo 3. Any team that can pull as they're slaying, it's such a talent to know exactly when it's the right time to pull, when it's the right time to chase kills, and Reciprocity showed us that they have that down. When's the last time we remember TOX getting 3-0'd on a CTF that quick by anyone but Splice?
Yeah, that's good. That's very, very good. There's nothing else much we can say about this. It's a nice way to start the process. And when I say the process, I mean the 4-0. Because that's what exactly Reciprocity need to do to win this and back themselves or guarantee themselves $100,000. They have to play lights out perfect Halo. 3 maps now, back to back to back. No mistakes.
And we're back on Coliseum, which might be a little too soon for the guys on Reciprocity because they had that heartbreaking defeat in game number 1. But they're going to have to answer back here, just like you said. No room for error for Reciprocity if they want to stay alive in the series.
I mean, it was a heartbreaker, but there's also a good side to that, Andy, the fact that it was close. You know?
Absolutely.
They did not roll over and show their belly. They give as good as they get, to be honest with you, and I think we can probably see this thing again. Ground pound comes through, knocks him off the side there, but Spartan's in with a double. Nice work from him, picks up the rockets, looking for that triple, but he just banks off the side of the BR. It was good. It was a good effort. Now we'll play for time, wait for his teammates to actually give him some coordination where he needs to cut this one. Again, one good rocket can open up an entire map.
Look at that, they're ready for those red spawns right away. You see Spartan moving across very quickly, knowing exactly where his opponents will be, and you can be sure he's letting his teammates know. Oh, but he is surrounded, but somehow gets out of it with a double kill killing spree.
The D-O-double-G, 11-3. Can he? Oh!
Look at that.
My God.
13-3 here. Reciprocity not messing around. They want to send this to a game 7.
Who let the dog out the pound? He's feeling it. 14-4, make that 15-4.
He can't be killed. Look at these nades flying in. Somehow stays alive. We've got to listen in with Reciprocity ready to go. Let's listen in on their communication. All right, Asar, sounds like we're going to get back into that listening in just a minute. Apologies for that, but during all that, still Reciprocity not letting go. 17-6 here.
Andy, I want to talk for a second while we get that fixed in the background. Him staying alive there on the elbow for so long, it must have been at least 5, 6, 7 kills. In the grand scheme of things, why did we see TOX just feeding him so much?
I think they so desperately wanted to finish that kill, and you can bet that they were continuously calling it out, but really, we have to give credit to all of Spartan's teammates as well, right? Because the reason he's able to get the double in the corner and then turn around and get the 3rd kill on the other rocket street is because of what his teammates did. Keep in mind, none of those people were full shields. Some of them had 3/4 shields or half shields. He's able to clean all those up, but TOX is slowly staying in this game here. They're only down by 8.
Clawing it back 1 by 1, 9:20 remaining on the clock. Royal 2s. Creeping and peeping. Going to give you the information to where the rest of them they are. They know where they're spawning now. Cave side to the back of the base as well. Snakebite will take out Penguin. Snakedown answers back onto Snakebite. Snakedown takes 2.
Those are big kills.
It is, and merely because it can grab them the sniper rifle here.
Exactly, able to grab the sniper rifle. Snipedown still hitting body shots like that. Likely, yep, they get that kill as well. But keep in mind, the game was just within about 7 kills. So for them to get those next 3 and the sniper rifle is absolutely huge. By the way, Spartan just hit 10 kills on his own. His opponents only have 13 kills, so he is on fire. So is Snipedown, picking up kills on the back of red.
Look at that rotation. He picks up, literally going over here, just allows him now to look straight across at where they're going to be spawning. He has angles!
Oh.
That's 2 for 2 in headshots so far. Looks through the silver, knows where they're going to be. Opts to move up rockets, and again, another rotation comes through, goes for the quick scope. Needs to be careful here. I'd like to see him back off because he is going to get drilled from the opposing side of the map. Hits the rock side down in grass. Moves to Miquin. Miquin's there to support him. This is nice.
That's such a great rotation because Snakebite was behind. Snakebite was the player that was behind him in red rocket corner, so Snipedown just gets all the way out and gets the better of him. Look at that. Such a great rotation from Snipedown with a double kill.
He's reading this like a book. It's like he can see into the future. He knows exactly where they're going to be.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't drop down on this guy. He's too hot right now. No! Idol finally gets taken down, but still, look at this, up 35-15 in this game. Spartan is 14-5, and Snipedown is 12-4.
Penguin himself as a sniper, and he can find faces as well.
By the way, Penguin 7-2 in this game, so this is a who's who. Everyone on the team here with fantastic numbers and showing that anyone can run these weapons. They're up by 20.
Oh man, this is what they needed. Andy, this is exactly what they needed. He's going to do something for your self-esteem. A kill like this, an absolute blowout. There's nothing better than getting your head in the game. This is amazing.
Yeah, he knows there's someone above him right here on the DMR, desperately trying to stay alive.
Woo!
Look at this.
What?
They pick up 2 kills there as well. And my oh my, has Reciprocity answered back in this series.
What a beating we're seeing. Good God, 40-20? We never see this. Let me have a look at some of the kills. Lethal, 2-10. Royal 2, 5-10. 20 kills, 20 deaths alone between Lethal and Royal 2.
It's not something you see every day,
No, this is ridiculous.
Reciprocity clearly has TOX off their game right here on Coliseum Slayer, and now only 8 kills to go for them before they close this out.
Well, we did say it would do or die. Reciprocity, they're not dying yet. They're not done. That's 2 more for them. They're just edging closer and closer. TOX have met the 25-yard mark, but honestly, 7 kills? Ugh. I mean,
I know.
You'd think it were over.
You really do. If there's a team that could do it, it would be TOX or Splice, but the margin seems too great. Right now, Sniper Rifle and Rocket Launcher are about to pop.
Spartan will rush from the side, gets the better of Royal 2. 1, 2, 3, hit the deck. Rockets are up.
And a perfect push there. Look at this. On both sides of the power-up, Snipedown's ready to end this game right here.
Oh, he's going to bank off the angle. Will anybody make the move? No, they won't. He'll thrust back. Rocket. Then Mikun comes down. Spartan standing up. He says, we're not out of this one yet. We're not done, guys. We are here to play. We are here to stay. Seattle, are you enjoying yourselves down there? This is what we want to see. This is a series. 3-2. Oh, baby. Andy, I can feel the game 7. Let's take a look at these stats. Good Lord, what a turn of events. Spartan, you absolute blinder. 17-6. 15-7 from Snipedown. On the opposing end, though, we never see a stat line like this. 5-11 from Royal 2, 5-12, 6-15 from Snakebite. What went wrong?
These numbers almost look wrong, right? We are not used to seeing the guys on TOX put up numbers like this. Whenever they do lose games, there are very different score lines, but 50-26 here on Coliseum Slayer. Reciprocity, I think, is just playing out of their mind. I mean, I had the pleasure of casting the Reciprocity on the Bravo stage earlier. Spartan was going off every single game, dropping numbers like 11-5 almost every single time with 13 assists. He is continuing that here on the main stage. It's great to see them bounce back. Very surprising to see TOX drop the games in the fashion that they did. We are not done here, Sims. More games to come.
I'm glad Spartan's stepping up like this.
And I'm glad he's getting loud, too, because that's key for this team. You heard it during their listen-in. If this team it's a little bit chaotic, but they need to feed off that energy. And anytime you have Spartan really stepping up and getting loud, it's going to make a difference on the scoreboard.
You kind of took the words out of my mouth, because if there's a player we know what Spartan's mindset like. He's a very open-minded player. He puts his thoughts and feelings on social media. We all know his mindset. If he's happy, if he's hyped, if he's ready to rock and roll, if he's not ready to roll over and bow down, then we could be in for the best Spartan we have ever seen in Halo 5. Strongholds on Empire. Reciprocity need to win this to force the game 7. Can they do it? Can we see the reverse sweep?
That's right. Do or die for them once again. And off the break, we want to see Reciprocity once again. Strong opening, strong mid-game, and keep playing through. Do not let TOX get a comfortable lead.
Nice kill there for TOX. They'll take out the OS guy. He will fall. Spartan the dog gets dropped. And so does Eric Rona. Frosty says, you thought, boys. 1, 2, 3. And now they are getting absolutely battered. It's 5-1 here. Make that 6-1.
And it's
Not
also
a good start.
Yeah, also 5-1 in the kills category with Camo as well. You saw the overshield was burned, so that's a very, very good start from TOX. And this is more the TOX that we're used to seeing, Sims.
You can catch them off guard, but you can never count them out. That's the thing with TOX. You might be able to take one game from them, but taking the series is a different ball game altogether.
How frustrating would this be? You have an invisible snakebite simply lurking around tower and picking off your team one by one. He is everywhere on this map, picking up kills, getting behind his opponents. Really great run here from snakebite.
And we appreciate that he's still alive. What? How are you doing this?
Oh no.
How are you doing this? His teammates are there to support him every single time. Paul, you should be dead.
Trip cap here now for the side of TOX. They're also outslaying their opponents 12-3 here. And Reciprocity, they are looking grim. Things are looking grim for them here as they need to step up. The game is running away from them, already down here at this point by 24.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. What a turn of events. Reciprocity, they have to do something now.
Is anyone going to kill Snakebite?
Oh, God, jeez.
Is anyone going to kill this guy? Because if not, you're going to lose this series real quick.
If you don't kill him, he will kill you. Free grenade goes down. He's looking for more. He will get the transfer here if they're not careful. And again, forcing the triple cap. New combo comes in. This is just another one adding to the book, the long list.
He's 8-0 right now. 8-0 has not died in this game, playing out of his mind here on Empire Strongholds.
If you don't kill him, he will kill you. It's as simple as that. Reciprocity will turn face over on the blue side, which is fair play. But the time's still ticking. They don't have any points whatsoever. He drops down, snipe down there. He's got his number. Looking at the barrel. He tees it up, he blows it, but no one's there for the kill. Now drops into bottom.
By the way, Lethal right now has that overshield, and Miquin has the camo. Gonna try to get behind him.
3 dead. That's 3 dead. They can do the same again. They can just go for another wave. Oh, by the way, Andy, you didn't know, he's still not died.
He is still not died here. It's still 8-0. They've already neutralized Miquin, who is the camo player, last player alive. They also haven't even conceded a point here in this game.
Oh, finally. Finally. Austin says, okay, it's time for you to die, my friend. He's down.
But man, was it ever late in the game? They're down by 61 points here at the 9-minute mark. And this is the TOX you expect to see. I don't think they were too happy about that Coliseum Slayer loss.
Definitely not, but the saving grace that we can say is that we all know Strongholds is very rubber band. And you're never down, you're never out of it. Even at 99 points, we saw it earlier on today, 99 points infused. They got turned on, they got beaten. It can happen. That's the saving grace here, but it's against TOX. It's not going to be that easy. It's easy for me to say it, but it's not easy to actually do it.
And this is the exact scenario that Reciprocity doesn't want to be in. Not only the big deficit, forget the points, it's simply about the big lead, right? I mean, if you take a look at this, yes, Lethal and TOX only need 30 more points here or so to win the game, but now they have the luxury of playing a certain play style. It's just like in any game, right? When you have that cushion, you can play so much different aspects, strategies to just get into the opponent's bases and play things slow at your own pace. And that's exactly what TOX is going to continue to do here.
Pretty rough stat line. Spartan and Penguin, between them, they have 4 kills and 17 deaths. They are getting buried and bodied right now. This is not good. This is like the complete taking the table of the last game and flipping it.
Look at that. Lethal picks up that kill. He might get a double here as well. Doesn't need to because help comes in, and I do believe we have a camo grab, if I'm not mistaken, as we take a look from Frosty as well. He's looking to close this game out.
Penguin does have the OS. Let's see what he can do with this one. They need to look towards that bottom mid pit.
Look at this. He's going to get back whacked by camo. He gets back whacked by camo right there. Amazing work from Frosty to get that kill. Going to neutralize the overshield. Only 9 points to go here for TOX.
Yep, they're just going to tick this one down. They'll transfer it back. There will be a block going across on the other side, but it doesn't matter. They'll now advance back. 1, 2, 3, 4. They are dead. They are done. They will know it now. There is no coming back from this one. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for TOX Gaming. They guarantee themselves $100,000 and top 3 here at the Halo World Championship 2018.
And they've got to be feeling good about that result, specifically because of the way they finished that last one, Sims, right? I mean, coming off of that Coliseum Slayer, I've never seen the guys on TOX play that way. they've had some rough games against Splice, but you usually don't see a kill margin like 50 to 26. So for TOX fans, for the TOX organization, and for these players on the stage, great to see them bounce back in the way they did. Such a convincing win in game number 6.
Okay, just to give you guys some sort of update there. Oh, you don't want to see it, but you do need to see it. 18 to 45 in kills. Jeez. Frosty. You know, we were lucky. We were talking about Snakebite this entire time. Look at Frosty. I mean, talk about poking the bear and getting the claws. 17 and 7 is an absolutely formidable stat line. 10.6 KDA, 2.5k damage done, 60% accuracy on 17 kills is phenomenal.
It really is, and especially talking about that kill margin, 45 to 18 they got outslayed.
Stupid.
That's the TOX that we're used to seeing. Keep in mind, these guys are back-to-back world champions here. They're here to make a statement. They have not won a tournament in North America in quite some time, but they want to prove that world championships belong to them, and with performances like that, they could be looking pretty good tomorrow.
Well, that was an absolutely roller coaster of emotions up here in the caster desk. Gentlemen on the desk, what do you think about that one?
It was a great game, and congratulations to TOX. They guarantee themselves a top 3 placing alongside Splice, a very familiar situation for those two teams. Reciprocity, though, you know, that was the best we've seen from them. But I have to say, though, it's insane with these top 4 teams, because, like, the highs are incredibly high and then the lows are really low. And it's like that across the board for Splice, TOX, Envy, Reciprocity. But I might as well just start from the beginning here. Coliseum CTF, a very close game there. And already, though, you saw out the gate, TOX just established that dominance early on with that first cap at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, we saw straight away from there that TOX was playing it how they normally do, like it's another day in his business. But you saw right at the very end where we felt like with this squad, with Reciprocity, they just had 3 people desperate to flag. I think they were thriving off the audience in terms of trying to complete the match and thinking that there was actually too many of TOX dead. But you can see from right at the very end, Lethal got some great kills, and Royal 2 made the perfect play with flanking all the way around them. But the problem was Reciprocity, they had no awareness of anyone coming from that open side. But Royal 2 flanking from that position right at the very end closed out that man.
I think if Smackdown gets that touch and doesn't fumble the flag, I think Rec win that game.
Very true. It could have been a different outlook for game 1, but the reality was TOX takes the win, and then they go and march forward to Plaza Slayer, where they win this one 50 to 42. I mean, one thing I do got to talk about is Snakebite. He had a 3.1 damage dealt in that game, the highest of anyone in the lobby. He was putting in so much work for his teammates to be able to clean up those kills. And Clutch, you know him better than anyone else. That's just the quality that this man brings to the table.
Yeah, Snakebite, I mean, we can't say it enough. He's been my best player in the game for the past 3 years. He always makes the right decision, it seems. It seems like he's always on top of his game, always just making the best, most efficient play possible, and that's something that I can't stress enough out of this TOX roster, out of Splice as well. I mean, how efficient they are with their kills and their objective work, and it really shows in these games where they may only outslay Reciprocity by a little bit, but the objective just gets done. Like those 3-0s that you see from Splice on flag games, or these dominant stronghold games, it's not really them outslaying them as fact as like they're getting such important kills at important times and making something of those kills.
But this is where things got interesting. You talk about TOX and how good they are and the talent that they have, and yes, they are so good, as well as Splice. You know, you got to have them in that conversation. But then they just get absolutely trashed on in True CTF.
I think it's fair to say, Truth captured the flag, probably not a TOX game in game type at this point in time.
True CTF has always been one of TOX's weaker game times. Since Halo 5 has come out, that's the second time today we've watched them get 3-0'd on that game type.
But you got to remember as well, on Collies TS, you got to remember that it can be a coin flip game type, but to see TOX get absolutely dismantled and sniped down with fantastic shots all across the board, but This is a great example where if you hold Snipe Tower, have a few people flank around bridge and open, but also have someone holding that S3, S2 spot with the snipe and keeping back and forth, these are the kind of scorelines you can get. But the problem was, going into this next game on Empire Strongholds, that's where it all just deflated from there.
And that's going to be TOX's best game type. Empire Strongholds is the bread and butter of this team. They've been... I swear this is probably the 17th time I've watched them beat Snipe.
Well, the truth is this, man. You know, Snakebite decided to take his belt off and, you know, whack a few kids with it. You know, Daddy came home and he had to lay down the law because that start of the game clutch was ridiculous.
I mean, the fact that I love what Snakebite tries to do on that game type. He tries to get the pea shooter no matter what the outcome is. TOX really prioritizes that camo kind of over the overshield because they know that that plasma pistol is in the middle of the map. So if they can get that, they can neutralize the OS, and you can do so much more work with the camo.
And what's disgusting about that camouflage life from Snakebite, he actually grabbed camouflage, then went down to bottom middle, went to front blue, went back through tower, went to red. I mean, it was kind of crazy, honestly, that entire one life.
Well, I understand you did want to go over that as well, I guess, for the viewers as well. Educate me, Wonderboy.
It's not so much education. I just want to remind everyone of exactly what Snakebite did in that one life. When I'm hopping through the points of view, if we could jump into the illustration segment, how many times do I hop to a point of view and someone dies? There's so many numbers on your screen right now. Don't worry, I'm going to highlight every single one of them. The number one at the top of your screen is Snakebite grabbing camouflage. What does he do from them? Goes straight down to bottom middle, grabs a couple of kills down there, down to number 2. From then, he gets a kill in blue, but then also does a really fancy spring jump. You'd think at no shields right here, front blue, Snakebite's going to go down. Well, guess what? He's going to spring jump right up into blue, rotate back around through to tower, gets another couple of kills, goes round to red, goes into red. He was really everywhere in that one life, and honestly, in high-level Halo 5, you probably are going to see 1, 2, maybe 3 kills and then go down, especially at this level of gameplay. Snakebite then got so many kills, and Reciprocity, they had no idea what to do.
When Snakebite's playing like that, you don't have a chance. Because, I mean, like, the way that this TOX roster is built, Snakebite's not supposed to be able to do that. Snakebite's supposed to be the first one in the base. When he can lock down an entire half of the map and have his teammates go for the other half, I mean, it's a wrap. Like, if you told me that my teammate was going to lock down all of red for 2 minutes straight, and all of TOX had to do was worry about blue, I mean, I can't say enough about just that one life Snakebite had in the series. I mean, that was one of the most impressive individual performances we've seen this weekend.
Yeah, that, and if you're Reciprocity, that's a heartbreak of a loss, especially after how you played in games 4 and 5 to lose like that. That's a tough one, but they're going to have to go back to the drawing board because the road for them does not stop here. They actually take a trip to the elimination bracket. Speaking of brackets, let's check out the championship bracket when we get a moment. See where we are presently. So tomorrow we will have Splice versus TOX, a matchup that we are all oh so familiar with. Two teams of just god-tier stature facing off against one another in the championship winner finals. Winner of that match will go on to compete for $500,000 and the title of Halo World Champion. And then we have the elimination bracket. Take a trip down there now. Reciprocity versus Renegades and Envious versus Elevate. These are going to be the games that open up tomorrow's broadcast. The loser of the Splice TOX game will face off against the winner of the, whatever 4 teams are remaining here. At this point now, we're getting to the nitty-gritty, the best of the best. What matchups are you guys excited for?
That first one in the elimination bracket, I saw
Renegades.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought, because we saw them take them to Game 7 with Envy. So what reason is there not to do the same to Reciprocity? They really showed up, but obviously they had a really bad Game 7. I know APG, after the Game 5, thought, they were going to take it, but sadly these things happen. But if they play like they did yesterday, we've always been speaking about it for all the other North American events over the last few months. We've been saying that, this team, when they're practiced, they're possibly the only team who can break into that top 4. They've shown that. They've taken Envy to a Game 7. They've become so close now. But if there's ever a time to do it, it is definitely in that elimination bracket where they can go for that top 4.
I'm personally excited for the excuse me, I'm drawing a blank here. The Elevate matchup, the Elevate Envy matchup. I'm excited for that one, particularly because Elevate have been playing very well. And they 4-0'd Straight Rippin', if I'm correct, and just it made it look easy, which I did not expect with Straight West.
Yeah, they did. This Elevate roster really did come to play today. I'll give them that. They
should listen to me, man. Come on, trust me.
But the end of the road is here, boys. Envy's gonna whoop Elevate tomorrow. I mean, it's not even gonna be close. You just pissed off Pistola. I mean, that team's been playing way too hot. The series I'm interested in, I don't know how you guys do. I mean, they put the ball on the tee for you when you asked this question. We got TOX and Splice playing.
I think that goes without saying.
Well,
I class that as common sense.
That's common sense, my dude. I mean, I get it that you're new to the desk, fan, but you got to understand.
You asked which one of these series are we excited for? I'm saying
I was talking about the elimination bracket.
I mean, both these teams, both TOX and Splice come in to the winners finals 4-2ing their opponents in different ways. I think TOX just really left a good impression in our heads after that last series, but we cannot forget how dominant Splice looked in both the CTFs they played in VN and every objective that Splice has played, they've dominated.
We know how good Splice has been. It has been a roller coaster weekend. Wonderboy, your final thoughts?
Final thoughts. With all due respect to Renegades and Elevate, we highly expect Reciprocity and Team Envious to be down there in the elimination bracket semi-finals. That's a matchup I'm really looking forward to, especially considering how Reciprocity stepped up to the plate in the previous match we just saw against TOX. But yeah, the big one for me, obviously TOX versus Splice.
We can talk about little fish all day. I'm talking sharks.
We get it. You have giant arms, okay? You are a massive human being, and you're a cop. I get it. You're a co-op. But let's just calm down, okay?
I'm just saying. We got ourselves the finals that we wanted, the winners finals that everyone here wanted. You want this rematch. I am so excited for Championship Sunday. I mean, these players have so much to prove on each side. So much to, I mean, this is TOX's legacy. Can they three-peat? Can they dominate Halo 5 from start to finish? Or will we see them get dethroned at the very end? They trip up at the very end of the race in Halo 5.
And with the elimination bracket, I just want to see an upset. I just want to see Renegade finally being able to break that top 4. It's difficult, I'm not going to lie. With Elevate, I agree. I reckon that's them done and dusted, possibly. But, you know, not going to count them out. Envy have had their good and bad days as well. So if I have a bad day tomorrow, we'll give Elevate a little bit of a chance. But let's be honest, there's a big caliber skill difference. But
there's a lot to talk about. And the good news is we have one more day. So cool your britches.
Yeah, relax, man. Seriously.
Okay, you get it?
Man,
you know, when he gets angry, he just gets larger and larger. It's just really, it's a problem.
I'll look after you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Protect me, Harry. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your insight all throughout today. Wonderboy, special shout out for you for staying up here, killing it with the observing alongside with Clutch. You guys are incredible, and everyone else, good job. But what a day of Halo it's been. But that's going to do it for us here today. For day 2, we determined who our top 8 would be coming out of the group play, and a bunch of familiar faces, some potential history could be made tomorrow, and some great matches are still left to come. We had amazing moments. Strongside apparently thinks he could dance, but what's most importantly is that we all know that we saw some excellent Halo today. Thank you so much to everyone who joined us here at the venue. Thank you so much to everyone who joined us at home as well, whether it was on Twitch, Mixer, Twitter, wherever you decided. Thank you. But folks, tomorrow we crown a Halo World Champion.